Hi, welcome back to my channel. And this video is based on a question that a viewer had during my first live stream about MacArthur Study Bibles. Forgive the noise in the background. I have 3 translations of it: English Standard Version, New American Standard Version, and New King James Version. This one is not comfort print. These 2 are comfort print. We'll come back to this one when I talk about the first edition of the MacArthur Study Bible, because the only first edition of the MacArthur Study Bible that I have, this is the English Standard Version. I want to make sure you can see the cover better. The only first edition version I have is the English Standard Version, but for now let's look at the second edition, which I have in NASB in 2 different versions. Okay, this is the hardcover, and this is the Leathersoft. The hardcover has a dust jacket, but if you take the dust jacket off, it is a cloth over board. And here's what the spine looks like, and on the back it does have the ISBN. So if you have the dust jacket off, you still can look up the Bible if you're showing it to someone so they can find it. It's got a blue and a gray ribbon, and the Leathersoft has a red and a black. The only difference between these 2 is what the cover is, because they're both the second edition. The only other difference is that this one has gold gilding, not art gilding, just gold gilding, and this one has white page edges. The content inside both of these are the same. The back of the hardcover has the features, so let's look at what it says about the features real quick, and then we'll look at the inside using the Leathersoft. Fully revised second edition with updated study notes and 40% more maps and charts. 25,000 verse by verse study notes, more than 150 in-text maps, charts, diagrams, an outline of systematic theology, extensive cross-references, a concordance, a Bible reading plan, chronologies for the Old Testament and New Testament, an overview of Christ's life, a harmony of the Gospels, introductions to each section of Scripture, an index of key Bible doctrines. It's Smith's own, which I think means if you wanted to, you could get it rebound. I think that's the type of binding you want for getting a Bible rebound. It's line matched, and it's got premium Bible paper that is 36 GSM. So that's that one, and here's the ISBN. I will include the ISBNs to all of these in the video description, and these can be found at christianbook.com and Amazon and Thomas Nelson's website, I believe. Okay, so that's, now let's look at the inside. Paste down liner. The hardcover is also paste down liner. Title page, what I call the publisher's title page, where it's got Thomas Nelson, their website, and it says John MacArthur, author and general editor. It's the second edition, and Thomas Nelson, New American Standard Version. And then the next page is the copyright page. Oh, I creased it. That was not good. Here's the copyright page. This is printed in China, and I believe this is a second printing, if I'm reading that right. You got your table of contents. All the stuff in the beginning is listed. Then you got all of the books of the Bible with their abbreviations in parentheses, their page numbers, and then the stuff that is between the testaments. And then you got the New Testament, and then you got the appendices. A lot of this extra stuff was listed on the back of that hardcover. Here's an index of the charts and maps. So if there's a particular chart or map you want to find, you can look it up. An introduction to the Bible. And then after that, I believe is the note from, the note from John MacArthur. How we got the Bible. I'm not going to go through everything from the beginning. Here's what one of the charts looks like. This one here shows the structure of the Old Testament books using the Hebrew structure of law, prophets, and writings. And then after all that introductory stuff, you've got the title page to the Old Testament, an introduction to the Pentateuch, a timeline chart, an harmony of Samuel, Kings, and Chronicles, and then an introduction to the prophets with a timeline chart showing when each prophet lived and how they overlap each other. And then you have the introduction to Genesis, which has title, author and date, background and setting, historical and theological themes. And then after the introduction, there's some more sections. You have the outline to Genesis. And then you have Genesis 1:1, and the whole Bible is laid out like this: 2-column text, cross references in the center, 3 columns of study notes, blue accents on the page for the subject heading, the chapter number, the verse numbers in the cross reference section, key terms in the study notes. At the top of the page you have the title, the first verse on the page, page number, and then page number, title, last verse on the page. And then if we go to a poetry section, here's how the poetry is. It's laid out like poetry. The verse numbers are off to the side. The subject or the titles that are being used for the Psalms are in black, but the Psalm and Psalm number is in blue. The rest of the accents are like they are in the rest of the Old Testament. And then if we go to, here's an in-text chart. And then in between the Testaments, we have information on the period between the Old Testament and the New Testament. And then we have a harmony of the Gospels. So like if you want to find a particular passage in the Gospels that's in more than one place, you just come to this chart. Like for here, you would see these 3 Gospels of Matthew, Mark, and Luke have this same story. So you can see how the different authors describe it. You have prophecies fulfilled in Jesus Christ. And then, after that, you have a brief overview of Christ's life, which is a timeline. And then after that, you have the introduction to the Gospel according to Matthew. You have title, author and date, background and setting, historical and theological themes. And then interpretive challenges, and then the outline. So the outlines are great if you want to find a specific thing. And then it continues on here, and then you have the text of the Gospel of Matthew, where it's 2 columns, The same blue accents as before, cross references in the middle, 3-column text. And then if we turn to the Sermon on the Mount, which is a few pages away, you will see it is a black letter Bible. I like that. I prefer black letter. Red letter can be distracting sometimes or hard to read, but I like the way they did this with black letter. Then after the New Testament, you have a few things in the appendices. Okay, here we're in the book of Revelation. Here's an in-text map so you can see what they look like. And if I get it to the end of Revelation, if I remember right, it ends on page 1756, I think. Almost there. Yeah, 1756. And then here's what's in the appendices. The character of saving faith, read through the Bible in a year, overview of theology, monies, weights, and measures, and index the key Bible doctrines and concordance. If you want to look up a particular doctrine, this index here I found helpful when I was in Bible college a few years ago. Really came in handy in theology class. And then here's what some of it looks like. Here's the concordance, 3-column, bold headings. The print is small, but it's not, it's a little slight, looks like it might be slightly bigger than the notes. And then after the concordance, I think we got some blank pages with no lines, and then the map, and I think, yeah, a note on the text type for the comfort print. And then the Thomas Nelson maps, they're on a thick, glossy paper, which is not bad. It makes them easier to turn, and it helps make the Bible kind of floppy, which I like. So that's the second edition. Now I'm going to bring in the first edition. This is the first edition of the English Standard Version 1. It's published by Crossway. It says Crossway here. It goes MacArthur Study Bible, ESV logo, English Standard Version, and then Crossway. Has the ISBN on the back. Has one ribbon marker. It has a Celtic cross on the cover. It has these Trinity symbols here. It has perimeter stitching, whereas this one had 2 rows of perimeter stitching. And then this one also has gold gilding, but it's not art gilt. But if we go to the inside, you will see, if I go to 2nd Chronicles, in this one, which is the beginning of 2nd Chronicles, you'll see how different they are. With the introductions. Here, you'll see they both have a map of this area. So here's the 2nd edition and its map, and here is the 1st edition and its map. So depending upon which map you think is easier to read, you may want that. This has a caption here for the map, and this one here has a caption for that map. This one, as you can see, is 2 column text, center column references, and then 2 columns of study notes. There's a blue line separating the text from the notes. Footnotes are here right before the blue line. The book title is highlighted in blue. The chapter numbers are in blue. There's black bold in the notes where there's blue in the second edition. And the extra material in it is different. This has more extra material than the first edition. But they're both really good. I don't know how easy it is to get a first edition. But these are still available as far as I saw on Amazon. I will put ISBN numbers for all of these in the video description, so you can check wherever you want to find them. I believe Christian Book has them, Amazon has them, and I want to say Thomas Nelson still has them on their website too. I'll double check that and put that in the video description, whether or not where all you can find them. All right, that's that. Now I want to move on to one other that I believe I've already done a video on. I believe I've already done a video on this one. It's the MacArthur Daily Bible. It's smaller. Oh. Here's the hardcover of the study Bible, and here's the Daily Bible. It's smaller, as you can see. This one is not comfort print, whereas this one's comfort print. This is the New American Standard Bible. The New American Standard Bible and the New King James are comfort print. The ESV one is not. Okay, so you got this dust jacket, and then it's a black hardcover with MacArthur's signature there. MacArthur Daily Bible, 2nd edition, New American Standard Bible, Thomas Nelson logo. And it, from looking at it in person, it looks like a faux leather, but it's not. It's just a hardcover that they pressed in a leather grain. So you got face down construction, 1 ribbon marker, a presented to page, title page, and then a copyright page. This one is printed in China. And this one is, it's got title page, table of contents. And then it's got the normal Lockman introduction. Then after that, you have these 52 key passages of the Bible that you can read or memorize. And then after that, you have the text of the Bible. So you have 2 chapters from Genesis, and in them you will have these study notes from John MacArthur. You'll see this symbol, and then there'll be a note, and then it's bracketed with lines, so you know it's not the Bible text. Page numbers are at the bottom of the page. At the top is the date. They have it twice, here and here at the beginning of a daily reading. So then chapter 2 of Genesis, then we have Psalm 1:1 through 6, and then after that we have Proverbs 1:1 through 7, and we have Matthew, the Gospel of Matthew, verse 1:1, chapter 1, verse 1 through 25, and in it they also have a couple study notes. And then at the end of a day's reading, you have like a reflection, and that's how the whole Bible's laid out. So that's that one. So those are the MacArthur Study Bibles. Hopefully this video helps. There are, for the 2nd edition, if I remember right, there are genuine leather and premium leather options. So that's all I can think of now. Oh, and then this one, the maps, I don't think they're the Crossway maps. And then the Crossway concordance, it's 3 columns. And it's most of those same appendice features. So, yeah, the MacArthur Study Bible, it's a really good study Bible. If you want a lot of detail in your study notes, it's got a lot of detail. I don't agree with everything in the notes, but that's going to be true of any study Bible. You're not going to agree with every note in every study Bible, because the study notes are not scripture. Anyway, I hope people have enjoyed this video, and hopefully it helps them to understand the MacArthur Study Bible. It's one of my favorite study Bibles as far as ones that have a lot of detailed notes. So if you ever get a chance and you want to read something that has detailed notes, the MacArthur one is worth checking out. So I will see you in the next video. Thank you.